you are. If you come into the industry and you're a big social influencer and you have a name for yourself and you're already established, it's obviously easier for you to go about it. But someone that is new and you're trying to become an icon, it's going to be hard for you.
Back in late February, your boy Taye Diggs blew up online for this wild outfit. And check it out. Masculine vibes on top, but down below it's given straight up kilt energy. Not exactly a dress, but definitely a skirt style for men. And yeah, a lot of folks were scratching their heads over it. This sparks a super interesting convo, especially about Black American men and how they navigate Hollywood. Now peep some of the other big names. Athletes like Russell Westbrook have rocked similar fits. NBA star Jordan Clarkson has too. So this way of dressing keeps getting talked about, questioned, and analyzed. And yo, I came across a Black model breaking down a perspective that really explains why this might be happening.
A Black man for a second. If I look at your career and I'm like, okay, but some of the stuff you do is a little too gay for me. I don't feel like me having to like pose in a dress, for an example, that doesn't work well for me, right? From your perspective, can you still be a Black male fashion model without having to have to do things that for most men are perceived as, this is a little too feminine, this is a little too gay for me?
So this dude straight up asks the Black guy, who, by the way, is rocking lipstick, like, yo, why you wearing stuff that might make you look gay? And the response? Oh, it's everything.
Still be considered like a icon in fashion?
Depends on who you are. If you come into the industry and you're a big social influencer and you have a name for yourself and you're already established, it's obviously easier for you to go about it. But someone that is new and you're trying to become an icon, it's going to be hard for you to become this icon without you being willing to adapt to change and willing to step out of your comfort zone.
But do you know what that sounds like to like the average listener?
I mean, it sounds weird and it sounds
Like,
cliche.
if you want to be famous,
to
you have
say.
to do this stuff.
It's not about being famous, but it's like if you want to be successful in this industry,
Right.
there are going to be times where you're put in stuff that makes you feel uncomfortable, or you're put in a position that may not make you feel uncomfortable, but they just put you in stuff that you may not like or you may not wear personally.
Now, this part is key because he explains, if you already built your own following, meaning you've got your own leverage, you're way less likely to get stuck in these situations when trying to break into fashion. But if you haven't, you gotta play the game a bit, do certain things to reach the spots you want, even if the style ain't your personal vibe. And right after that, he hits us with this next point.
Not only are you getting a paycheck, but this is getting you exposure and it's getting you to this next level of becoming the icon that you hope to be.
Right.
So it's not like you're chasing fame, but like if you want to be successful, you have to be open and willing to do what agents are asking you to do.
He's trying to justify it. Listen to this. Not only are you cashing a paycheck, but you're also getting closer to becoming that icon you've always dreamed of. Now, Taye Diggs is in his mid-50s, and obviously he's not hitting the same popularity levels he once did. So yeah, that's a question we'll circle back to. But first, let's break down this outfit situation. Is what he's wearing historically considered feminine? Well, if you look at it, it's a sharp black suit with a pleated skirt or kilt-style bottom and a tie. Historically, men have worn things like this: Scotland, Ireland, sarongs in Asia and Africa, togas in ancient Rome, robes and tunics in the Middle East and Africa. So rocking a kilt, not inherently feminine. He's not in makeup, heels, or a dress. But here's the twist. Taye Diggs did a skit dressed as Madonna, and you gotta see the moves. And the moves in 2022, questionable as hell. Twerking, shaking the booty, wearing a female hat. Yeah, that's straight up feminine, not masculine at all. Again, it's a skit, but the energy is what it is. So we do have moments where Taye Diggs is doing stuff people might call homoerotic or super feminine. But let's circle back. This kilt right now, not the most feminine thing ever. However, he didn't grow up in Scotland, Asia, Africa, or ancient Rome. He grew up in America. And here's the thing. While men wearing skirt-like stuff is normal in other parts of the world, Taye Diggs grew up in Black America. My Black America. Your Black America. He's even a generation older than me. And in Black American culture, masculine dressing is all about sharp suits and tailoring, church suits, professional suits. Look at civil rights icons like the late Jesse Jackson, Martin Luther King. Then you have hip-hop and streetwear, Jordan's athletic influence, AI dap. The vibe shows strength, authority, masculinity. Back in the 90s, if you were from Black America, you get me, you didn't even do open-toe sandals. Now he's right, in Africa, sandals for men make total sense. Hot weather, streets, nobody questions it. Shorts with sandals, masculine in Brazil. Sandals in the Dominican Republic, masculine. Brazil got plenty of alpha dudes doing MMA. But in Black America, showing toes in sandals back in the 90s was a no-go. Not because it meant you were gay, just didn't fit the masculine standard. Now, you see black men breaking out of those conventional norms. And this is why so many, especially black women, are raising eyebrows. These former heartthrobs like Taye Diggs are looking more feminine. So what's driving this shift?
Black men in Hollywood, they were always known to be and to look aggressive. And what a dress does, and this is what everybody needs to understand about this dress thing. What a dress does for a black man is to show him to be harmless. All right. When a black man puts on a dress, it shows that Hollywood can trust him now. That he's harmless. That he's not going to be, one of the rogue black dudes that try to go off and tell about all of the stuff that's going on inside of Hollywood.
Yo, big shout out to this brother because he dropped a solid point. Black men rocking these dresses and stepping outside the usual masculinity rules. These are the same brothers who end up hiding all the messy, vile behavior in Hollywood. But check this, he doesn't stop there. He also says this.
This is what that dress does. That's why you get more roles and stuff once you put on the dress. Because now Hollywood understands that, this is a black man, he's part of us.
He's dropping some important insight here. These are the black men who are going to land the bulk of the roles, okay? These are the same black men showing that they're part of us and they won't expose the behind-the-scenes chaos. And if you go back to that first black model being interviewed, he's saying something really similar. Listen, he's like, this is the icon I always wanted to be, and I'm getting paid to do it while moving closer to fame. But the industry sees you as non-threatening. So if you're putting on clothes for a paycheck and rocking some makeup, what else are you gonna do? Let's bring it back to Taye Diggs. Taye Diggs isn't the biggest actor anymore. He's in his mid-50s and still probably needs to make a living. Honestly, I think he's rocking this outfit intentionally to go viral, but not to get people talking about him. He doesn't care about me making a video. He doesn't care what you think. This feels like a signal to the industry. Look, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to get in the mix. Hit me up. I'll do what it takes. I need the money. I need the opportunity. That's what this tells me. And the reason so many black men take this route, simple. We don't have enough black ownership in these industries. And ownership is everything. It decides who you are in the industry and who controls you. If Taye Diggs owned his own company or a big piece of the industry, he wouldn't be dressing like this, okay? Most brothers wouldn't. But when you're cashing checks from someone else, that's when the wardrobe starts to get creative. People complain about how black men aren't looking in Hollywood, instead of asking why more black men don't own a piece of Hollywood to control their own narrative. Look, there's opportunity at the grassroots level. You've seen it. People standing on their own and doing well, even right here on YouTube. Look at Corey Holt's career, Tariq Nasheed, Boyce Watkins. Hell, even Milo, dusty as it is, or Jay Morrison, though, yeah, bad example, scammer vibes. These guys reach their own communities by being authentic. The problem for black men, we don't put in the time to build ownership. Too hard, too much patience needed. So we end up on someone else's terms, like what you're seeing now. This is the reality. Your image is dictated, not controlled by you. That's why the black male image has shifted over the decades. In the 50s and 60s, we owned the Chitlin circuits across the country. Baltimore, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, black quartet circuits, preaching circuits. We ran it. Because we owned it, we dictated how we looked, sounded, and were portrayed. Same with pro leagues and other industries. Once you give up your leverage and try to play on the other side, remember, everything that glitters isn't gold. Move over, and suddenly others are deciding how you should appear. If they want you to look feminine, they'll do it. You don't need a dress. They can hand you a kilt. And yeah, sure, men wore kilts in Scotland and different outfits around the world, fine. But we're not in Scotland or Ireland. This isn't our culture. So why represent yourself like that? You do it only if you're signaling, I'm safe, I'm ready to work, I'm down for the get down, I won't expose anything. It may or may not be true, but that's the inference. And the only way black men stop facing this? Hard work. ownership. Take control of your piece of the industry. Otherwise, you'll keep seeing more guys, NBA stars, athletes, whoever, chasing the bag. And when you chase someone else's bag, you're chasing their decisions.